Greetings, everyone. I'm Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 8 of my top 30 favorite title tracks of all time. We've been counting down each and every day here this month of September 2025. We're in the top 10 favorite title tracks, title song to an album of the same name. They have to be on the same album. Also, if you have multiple picks from a certain band or artist, lump them all in one show. Right, that's what we're doing. So in essence, we have a lot more than 30 this month, but that's okay. The more the merrier, I always say, right? Today for pick number 8, I didn't plan this, but it's apropos that I'm doing this one today because I actually have a concert review show coming up right after this, just a short while, about one of the guys that plays on this album that I just saw. This album and title track released in May 1977, recorded at Air Studios in London, England, produced by Ron Nevison for Chrysalis Records. Talking about the title track to Lights Out by UFO. Lights out in Cleveland, lights out in London, lights out in Newburgh, lights out in Pittsburgh, wherever you might be. I'm sure for a while, wherever they were playing, they added the city name, Lights Out in wherever. But Lights Out in London is the actual lyric, right? So, of course, this is the classic lineup of UFO. Arguably, I believe it's still their best-selling album and most popular album. Phil Mogg on vocals. The great Michael Schenker on lead guitar. Paul Raymond on keyboards, rhythm guitar, backing vocals. Pete Way on bass, and Andy Parker on drums. Yeah, it's the classic lineup of the band, which stayed together for a few years, maybe not long enough, right? But this lineup did produce a couple classic records, this being one of them. So, of course, Lights Out is the final track on side 1 or side A of the vinyl. Placed pretty well. I think, you could probably make the argument that it would be a better side 2 opener than Getting Ready. I think Too Hot to Handle is a really good album opener. I don't know if I would really touch that, but Lights Out I think is very, very effective as the last track on side A, because basically you got Too Hot to Handle, Just Another Suicide, then the ballad Try Me. And I think it's really important to have like a blistering near heavy metal. I mean, it's a hard rock song, but it's near metal for UFO anyway. Blazer to kind of finish out side 1 after the ballad Try Me. I think it's very effective where it's at. But like I said, I could make the argument that instead of Getting Ready, which is an okay enough song, I think that Lights Out would be really effective to open up side 2. I think Love to Love is the album closer, perfectly where it needs to be. But Lights Out is good where it is. I think it would be even better if it kicked off side 2. But, they didn't ask me when they were sequencing this album, right? So, but yeah, it's a great track. It's got that snarling opening riff from Schenker. The driving drums of Andy Parker. And it's a fantastic vocal from Phil Mogg. Fantastic. And what a great guitar solo. What a great guitar solo in this song. And seeing it the other night, I've seen Michael and UFO play this song over and over and over again. I never get tired of it. It's one of my favorite title tracks. That's why it's placed pretty high here, right? Number 8. It's for a reason. It's such a great song. Such a great song. So yeah, that's my pick for today. Lights Out by UFO from the album of the same name. The band's highest charting album here in the States. Made it to number 23, 54 in the UK, 31 in Sweden. So, yeah, it's a good one. And sadly, the wonderful and wonderfully weird Hypnosis album cover art. Sadly, one of those bands, kind of like Thin Lizzy, I always kind of talk about them in the same light, who should have been way bigger than they were, especially here in the States. Kind of a cult man. Everybody knows them, everybody respects them, but like their albums never really sold all that much. They were never a big, huge headliner here or anything like that. Should have been. should have been. Because, I think you can make the argument that from the Phenomenon album all the way through to Obsession, and certainly some of those early mid-'80s albums, No Place to Run, Mechanics, right, The Wild, the Willing, and the Innocent. I mean, those all should have been bigger albums. And without a doubt, like Lights Out, Obsession, Force It, No Heavy Pet, and Phenomenon. It's just amazing, amazing material on there. And anyway, yeah, that's my pick for today. Let us know what you think of Lights Out in London from UFO down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. What is that more stuff, you might be asking? Well, my brother Rich Pardo and I will be reviewing the Michael Schenker show from the other night in Newton, New Jersey, playing all UFO classics. That's coming up in just a little while. And also coming up this week, we've got more new album reviews. Should have the new Iron Savior Machine World review for you today or tomorrow. We've got Vintage Caravan, and we've got Artie and Anthony Lucasen. We've got brand new Between the Buried and Me. Got new FM, Times Forgotten, Jack Starr, new Chris Slade, all sorts of stuff. I got a big stack of things that I'm trying to get to here, so we'll bring it all to you as we do. Little by little, we're going to have a special episode. We had a special episode of Hudson Valley Squares last night. We're going to have a special episode of the Monsters Den this week. Some of you may have seen that kind of new, like Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees short film that was made. It's like a 15-minute film. We're going to be kind of talking about that on a special short episode of the Monsters Den this week. Got Friday Morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff later this week. The topic for that is, was King Crimson's In the Court of the Crimson King the first prog album? We're going to talk about that. It's coming up on Friday. We've also got the Professor's Picks on Friday. We have, hopefully, we have a new episode of Album Homework Assignment for you on Saturday, hopefully. And also, we will have Ranking the Albums. I will be ranking the albums of the Australian band, the Master's Apprentices, coming up on Sunday. So all that and more. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options all down there. Thanks in advance for all your support, folks. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one. Bye-bye.